It's because Ben Foster.
That's more questions than me.
No. Much better questions.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It's not a high bar.
Hey.
Under pressure.
I'll start off topic today then. The LFC Foundation Social Impact Report is out. One of the standout figures is in the last 12 months, there's been a 47% increase in the number of people supported by the foundation. So that's up from nearly 84,000 to nearly 123,000. I just wonder as well, what impression has the LFC Foundation's work made on you since you've been at the football club?
Since I'm here, this is the standout department of the club. It was from the first day. We have to do a lot of stuff around football, left and right, go here, meet partners, stuff like this. That's all okay. But the foundation part was always, how I call it and understand, it's a win-win situation. So we go there, meet people, meet children, parents in difficult situation or in good situations again and stuff like this. And it's always feels so great, and I'm really happy. And I told them only yesterday, I love them all for what they are doing. It's unbelievable the job they do, and the way they do it as well. That's obviously Liverpool is a real institution, and people love it pretty much anyway for the things we did in the past and stuff like this. But that could lead to. Sometimes it leads to a little bit of ignorance, like where you think, okay, we don't care anymore, and that's the opposite. And that's really, but this club is absolutely outstanding. I love it, and I think, am I an ambassador? I am.
Yes,
I am. So that what I did before the same probably, but it's a real honor. I really love helping as much as I can in that department.
To the football, and Chris Wilder is back at Sheffield United. What does that do for any expectations that you may have as to how they will approach the game?
How can I know that? So Chris, I obviously remember the way Sheffield United played under Chris Wilder. What was it? The overlapping wingbacks or underlapping wingbacks and stuff like this. Now it's as one part of it, and he probably has now a press conference as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So then training after that, maybe another session tomorrow morning. Yeah, first thing we probably can bin our analysis. And I was sitting yesterday in the office and somebody told me it might happen. So obviously you or your employer said already it will happen, and then. But I watch it anyway. So we will see. We have to focus on ourselves. We have to make sure. I don't think it will now change too much. What can he change in that short period? And we don't have to think too much about it. We really should just prepare for a football game. We play teams with 5 in the back, 5-3-2, 5-4-1, quite frequently, to be honest. So we have to make sure that we give them a proper job to think about it. I understand it's always like that, a new manager coming in, and now we start getting confused. We shouldn't. Actually, we can play in different ways, and as much as I'm happy for Chris that he's back in a job there in his club, he has to think that if he thinks about us, then it must be really, oh my God, they come from everywhere. That's pretty much the thing. But the game will be played tomorrow, not today in the press conference. So.
Just ask about Kelleher as well, because in Europe, he looked very comfortable in his performance, and it was a bit more of a difficult afternoon on Sunday. I just wonder what adjustment he has to make and how difficult it is, because up until now this season, obviously we've been playing one game every 3 weeks, maybe 2 games every 3 weeks at best. And how difficult is it going from that to playing every week?
This was nothing. I really think he played a really good game. He was in possession, he was good. Especially like with his feet, but then we concede 2 goals, and one obviously Harry Wilson goal is an unlucky one. As a goalie, no goalie in the world, if the ball goes through a legs, it goes through a legs. That happens. And the second one, our goalie coaches and Ali especially explained it to me. We are front-footed goalkeepers. They told me, I know that. But in this moment, Queef steps into the situation, and if Teta, I think, tries to control the ball, Queef is there, but he doesn't. He takes the first touch, and then the ball again pass him a little bit. So these kind of things happen. Has nothing to do with quality or whatever. It's a philosophy thing, and he could have saved that ball as well with exactly the same movement, just a little bit more luck. So just keep going, do the same things. We can expect good set pieces. We can expect against Sheffield. We can expect maybe the better we press, the more long balls they will have to play if they are really long, then or set pieces from like wide free kicks, these kind of things. We need him to be there offensive and get out of or get off his line. So that's the stuff. But besides that, absolutely fine with everything.
Just following on from the weekend, finally from me, a late winner at Anfield, City and Spurs draw. How do you view where you were at as a group, and is it too early to talk
Yes.
in terms of a potentially significant moment in the season title race?
This weekend,
Just gone.
Yeah, we are 2 points behind Arsenal, by the way. But is that it's decided or what on that front?
It's just the fact that you got late winner.
No, yes, of course. No, our late winner was very important, and for everything, absolutely everything. Yeah, that's true. But had nothing to do with a title-winning season. But if you can do that every week, it's pretty like you would win the league. You just didn't already. So we missed a few opportunities to do that. Yeah, but a lot of things you can take from the game, but we have to take into tomorrow and the spirit and stuff like this. That's really helpful. I saw, okay, the beginning was really good, and then after we were 3-2 down was really good. So these were the two great moments. In between, we could have done better. It was a long spell, and yeah, I don't think a second about where we could end up. What I said before, we have to be there where we are now until April. And if we are still there, then we can talk about whatever is possible now. But I have no clue where we will be in April, to be honest. So, because the toughest period of football, we obviously lost. We played without a few players of the game already. Now we lost Joel. So that's so tough. It's so tough what's coming up now. So it's absolutely nothing to think about. To think ahead of the next game. There's no chance. So focus on Sheffield United. Go for it. Play the best possible game. And keep going.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
Just looking at your subs bench in recent matches, it's looked really strong. And even though you've had a few injury problems of late, how encouraging is it to know that depending on who plays, you've got people like Gakpo and Endo comes on and makes a difference, and those sort of players who can really help you?
Yeah, we start with 3 strikers and have 1 on the bench. I wouldn't say that's not the strongest bench in the world, but the player who can come on is a really good one. That's true. Same with Endo, but we had other players. Curtis out. Yes, midfield there are still opportunities. Last line was comfortable until last Sunday. So that's all true. But yeah, just nothing. To be successful, you need a strong squad. So there's no shadow of a doubt. Then you need that. That's clear. And now it's not about thinking about what you have available. I think, who we have available, and from there we go and use them and try to use them all and try to figure out who and when. Because it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow night, and then it's Saturday 12:30, and then when is it then? Thursday. Okay, that's a bit of a longer break. But then from that moment on, we go again until the new year. So it's just tough. You need a strong bench to be successful. And yes, the players were the whole season through. Players from the bench were all very, very impactful. And that just speaks of the quality of the players.
And similarly, the 4 goals, the brilliant goals that you scored on Sunday, didn't come from the front 3. And again, you can look and say, well, it must be great to know that you've got the capability of those goals elsewhere in the side, because you'll need that through the season.
Yeah, somehow the goals came from the front 3, because I'm pretty sure it was Dom who got fouled for the Trent free kick. Then the second goal, obviously, passing patterns between, and we win the ball back, or Maka wins the ball back and shoots from there. So and the third goal is super important, because that was chip from Ibu, then Darwin header, 2 more, and Mo, with an opportunity to score his 200th goal, keeps the ball and puts it back to Vata and from a shoot. So that's super impactful from two of the strikers. And the other goal is Cody then shooting, save, Darwin, cross the ball, Costa, header, bam, and then Trent is there. So they're all in. So that's how football is. I can see already that we probably try to shoot now from 40 yards and until we realize that's a bit far, but that's normal. We had incredible goals in that game, absolutely incredible. And yes, and it's a nice thing to have, as it's a good thing to have great set pieces, what we will need, then scoring from distance, what we will need, scoring in the 6-yard box, what we will need, all these kind of goals. They have to come from everywhere, otherwise we will be too, we will not be unpredictable, or we will be too predictable, and that's really important that we are not. So how it is, the periods when we talk about it is always with so many games, but for all the teams are so many games. So it's who gets out that in the best possible way. And in this moment, nothing speaks against that we could be that. We just have to do it.
Carl at the back.
There you go. I just wondered how much thought you've given to the evolution of Trent's role, seeing him obviously right back that played in the six, and that started to talk about his development to become full-time midfielder. I just wondered if how far you thought ahead about where he could go.
It's just about us, but what do we have available? Is Joey there? Is Connor there? They both are there. Do one of them have to play left back because Costa cannot play all the games, and you have to see play. Yes, Trent can play midfield. We always knew that, but Trent can play the role. We gave him now very well as well. So that's how it is. We will see. That's it. He is, and if he want to be good, he has to be influential from all different areas, because it just makes us better if he plays a good game. But he obviously did in the last game, and that's it pretty much.
Do you see him? Could he play?
I cannot. I said that before. It's always this very unpleasant tries to create headlines. So watch the games and discuss it without my doing. We play where we think it's best for him. So, and then people say he has to play there, has to play there. He became one of the most successful players in the history of Liverpool FC, in the recent history, playing a right back. He became a Premier League player as a right back. So he can play more inside, definitely. So how I said, he will play where it's best for us. That's just how it is. And I'm not stubborn and don't want to play him in midfield or whatever. Not at all. But I'm not part of the discussion. We can discuss it. As much, really, you can discuss as much as you want, but will not we have any influence? We still have to make decisions what's best for the team. And Trent sees it, by the way, exactly the same way. So he wants to play. And from my point of view, he has to be influential. And we have to make sure we help him with the positioning. That's it.
Any more quick ones, James?
Yeah, and just on Joel Matip, do you know the extent of that injury and how long he's left to be out for you?
No, I don't know the exact, but it doesn't look good. That's something we can say. The scan is not done yet, so we don't know exactly. But it's not great. So it was from the first minute, second, it was clear. I spoke to him and said, no, that's not good. But how long? I don't know.
Very last one for the
Is there a
breakout.
picture on Diogo yet? We probably likely to see him until next
He
year.
was running yesterday outside on his birthday. And everything goes in the right direction, but nobody told me he will be back in team training today. So now there's still some time. And with Ali, the same. Obviously, Ali is closer, but not available for tomorrow, definitely.
Apologies, PRP.
Sheffield United, Jurgen, with just one win all season. Is a side so desperate for 3 points potentially more dangerous than weeks ago?
Yeah, of course, that's how it is. But anyway, it's like last week they would have said the same. Then it was because it was then match day 12 or whatever. It's the same. Yes, understand that, but there will be a lot of passion now. Chris Wilde in the dugout, and I'm pretty sure great reception for him. All these kind of things. But in the end, we have to play a football game. That's it. And will be the atmosphere great? Yes, as long as we let it happen. So the only way you can calm down an atmosphere is always with your own football. Otherwise, you play just coming from everywhere pretty much. So we have to play a really good game, but that's fair. Imagine we wouldn't have to play a good game to win it against Sheffield United, but it's Premier League. It's not possible. So they will be really going for it. I'm 100% sure. and we will as well. I'm 100% sure about that, and that's the only thing I can have really influence in. The rest we will see. But the better we play, the more difficult it will be for Sheffield, and that's the job we have to do.
Mo Salah continues to pursuit in his 200th Liverpool goal. He could potentially get his 150th Premier League goal. Where does he rank in terms of the greats that you've coached, the great Liverpool players and the legends of the Premier League?
Yeah, right up there. Huh? So that's 100%. I play with his numbers. I'm not sure I will ever coach again. So that's how it is. So that's just the way it is. His whole development from the first talk we had to the talks we have now as a man is an incredible and very impressive development and growth, and as a player as well. So absolutely exceptional player, all-time great, shadow of a doubt. I was blessed to have a few good ones, to be honest, but I said he's right up there, and the numbers are super special.
Thank you, Daily next door.
Jurgen.
Welcome.